How are you doing? My name is William Connel. Folks call me Wally, Billy, Bill, and sometimes even William, usually when I'm in trouble. I was born in Kilwinning on the 19th of November 1881. My father John was working on the railways at the time, and my mother was called Jane, and I had a big brother John. When we were still very young, we moved down to the Callachen estate near Girvan, where my father got work as a dairyman. My mother and father had 3 more children over the next few years. I went to school down in Girvan, but as soon as I could, I left, and after a couple of years I joined the army, the Ayrshire Yeomanry. That was in 1899, when I was 17. We were sent out to South Africa to fight the Boers. We were just about the first British soldiers to use modern weapons like rapid-fire rifles and machine guns. I was out there for 2 or 3 years. When we came home, I left the army. I got a job in Kilmarnock working as a stonemason, but in 1904 I found out that Jane Allen, who I'd been seeing in Girvan, was pregnant. We got married in April 1904 and Kate was born in August. I moved back to Girvan and I got a job as a weaver. Jane was a weaver too, and at the time Girvan was a big weaving town. The advantage for being a weaver, of course, was that you could do it in your own house. In 1906 our son Robert was born, but in 1908 wee Kate died. She was only 3. Pretty soon I got restless again and I decided to try my luck in Canada. I got a job as a miner in Ontario. Well, that lasted till 1915, when I decided to join the army again, the Canadian one this time. So in October 1915 I signed up with the first tunnelling company, Canadian Engineers. I was a sapper, and most of us had been miners. I was 34 years old by this time, but I decided to shave a few years off, so I told them I was 30. We sailed for England and landed in January 1916. I decided to have a wee break and I went AWOL for a few days. When I reported back, I was fined 4 days' pay and transferred to a different tunnelling company, and by March 1916 we were in France. Our work as sappers was mostly underground, digging tunnels under the German lines to plant explosives or to listen to their plans and movements. It was obvious to us all that this was really dangerous, so as soon as I could, I made my will, leaving everything I owned, which wasn't much, to Jane. On the 2nd of June 1916, a shell went off close to me and I got shrapnel in my head, my thigh and my ankle. I couldn't walk properly and pretty quickly the Germans captured me. I ended up in Hamlin prison camp. Oh, it was rough. There were about 20,000 prisoners, British, Canadian, Russian and so on. We were living in wooden huts and we were supposed to work. I never recovered from my wounds, and in February 1917 I died. I'm buried in Niederwehren Cemetery in Germany.